Hola clase, I'm going to make this short video to give you a little bit more of an explanation on the verb gustar in Spanish. This is a tricky one for English speakers, so hopefully this video can help. In English, when we want to express what we like or what we dislike, we would say something like, I like to read. I like Spanish class. I like interesting people. The subject of the sentence, of course, is I, and the verb is like. And then what we like comes after. It's a direct object. In Spanish, the sentence is structured completely differently. Literalmente, que significa me gusta leer, significa reading is pleasing to me. Reading is the subject of the verb. It's not I anymore. So reading is pleasing to me. Reading is the subject of the verb, and me, I'm the indirect object. It is happening to me. Otro ejemplo, me gusta la clase de español. The Spanish class is doing the pleasing, and it is happening to me. I'm an indirect object pronoun. Or the last example, me gustan las personas interesantes. Las personas interesantes is the subject of the verb. Notice how we're going to conjugate gustar differently since las personas is plural. So really, for now, I want you guys to focus on these three options. Hay tres opciones. Notice that number 1 and number 2 and number 3 all conjugate gustar as a singular, gusta. Only in opción 4 and number 4 is the verb conjugated gustan. And why is that? Because we have a plural noun that is doing the pleasing. So let's review each example here. In opción 1, me gusta bailar, me gusta estudiar, me gusta trabajar también. Notice what comes after gustar. Notice what the subject of the verb is. What is doing the pleasing? Well, bailar, estudiar, y trabajar, these are infinitive verbs. These are activities. So if you want to say that you like to dance, you like to study, again, literally in Spanish, what you're going to be saying is, dancing is pleasing to me. Studying is pleasing to me. And that's going to conjugate gustar in a singular form, or as gusta. Number 2 is just to reiterate that even if there is a list of singular activities that come after gusta, you're still going to conjugate that verb in the singular. For example, me gusta bailar, estudiar, y trabajar. Number 3, we have a singular noun that is doing the pleasing. So we're again going to conjugate the verb in its third person singular form, or gusta. The house is pleasing to me. Me gusta la casa. The class is pleasing to me. Me gusta la clase. Number 4, however, we have a plural noun that comes after the verb. So we're going to have to change how we conjugate that verb. We're going to say me gustan las casas, me gustan las clases, etc. So here we have the full verb of gustar conjugated out. Notice the two choices we have here are gusta and gustan. And then who is it pleasing to? It's either going to be pleasing to me, you, he, she, usted, nosotros, or ellos, ellas, ustedes. So if you practice, ¿cómo se dice I like the house? Well, first you have to, again, restructure that sentence in English so that what you're saying is the house is pleasing to me. Then you think, okay, the house, is that singular or is that plural? Oh, it's singular, so I'm going to use the form of the verb gusta. And then who is it pleasing to? It's pleasing to me. I like the house. Me gusta la casa. If you look over to the plural, we like the houses. We're going to conjugate the verb in the plural now, since we have multiple houses. So we know we're going to conjugate the verb gustan. And then who is it pleasing to? It's pleasing to we, or nosotros. How would you translate that sentence? We like the houses. Nos gustan las casas. So practice with the rest of these sentences. And then, since what you're literally saying is the house is pleasing to me, you may need to use a little bit more information for clarification with some of those indirect objects. So for example, if If it's pleasing to me, we don't really need any more information. I can, for emphasis, say, a mí me gusta la casa. But me gusta la casa, there's only one person it can be pleasing to, and that's me. Versus if I say something like, le gusta la casa, well, who is the house pleasing to? There are three options. It could be pleasing to him, to her, to usted. We might need to clarify. And if we need that extra information at the beginning, what we're saying is, to who is it pleasing? And how do you say to in Spanish? A. So we might need to say, a Diego le gusta la casa. Or a Maria, or a él, a ella, a ellos les gusta la casa. So if you do need to add some more information, don't forget that a, since it is pleasing to them. Hopefully that helps you guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Adios.